are you doing? Are you coping with this self-isolation and social distancing and everything that we need to do to combat this epidemic? One of my tactics is to watch films, and I recommend it to you. One film in particular that is a good film to watch is Sully. This is a film starring Tom Hanks and directed by Clint Eastwood, and it's based on a true story. The US Airways A320 commercial aircraft took off from LaGuardia, New York, headed for Charlotte, North Carolina, and struck a flock of Canadian geese, and they had dual engine loss at 2,800 feet. And so the aircraft, the jet, became a glider. The Sully in question is Chesley Sullenberger, the pilot, and he was an experienced glider pilot as well as a very experienced commercial airline pilot. And so he, with the help of his co-pilot Jeff Skiles and the crew, were able to land the plane safely on the River Hudson. People called it a miracle on the Hudson. Now the film obviously shows that incident, but it shows as prominently the investigation into the incident. People want to know what happened, why did it happen, could it have turned out any differently, could Sully have landed the plane back at LaGuardia? And the flight simulation showed that he could have done that. He could have landed it at LaGuardia, but he contested it and said, can we get serious now? And it turned out that if they waited 35 seconds to accommodate the human factors and the response time, the plane could not have landed safely at LaGuardia. And so the film shows me this principle that the best designer of a rescue plan is the rescuer. Sully was the rescuer, and he designed the plan. He knew best. And right now, the rescue plan for coronavirus is to self-isolate, to practice social distancing, and to look for a vaccine. And there's an incredible community spirit supporting the NHS and one another at this time. That's the rescue plan. Now, the Bible speaks about the need for the whole of mankind to be rescued from certain death. And its rescue plan is that Jesus died on a cross. And that was spectacularly successful. And there are incidents in the film that show me and point me at that Jesus rescue plan. The first one is that Skiles was flying the aircraft, but Sully knew that he needs to take over. So he said, my aircraft, and Skiles responded, your aircraft. And what that tells me is when God says to me, this is my world, this is my aircraft, I have to reply, your aircraft. Let him be the pilot. The second thing is that when Sully was about to land, he says to Skiles, got any ideas? And Skiles said, actually not. And when God says to me, have you got any ideas that are better than mine, what I'm about to do? I have to say, actually not. He knows best. And the third thing is to do with this alternative rescue plan. You know, when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane before he was arrested and put to death, he asked his Father, he said, is there any other plan? And God said, no, there is no other plan. I'm afraid this rescue involves you suffering and dying on a cross, but you will be raised to life. People will be saved because of your death, and they will all have new life. There's no need anymore to fear any kind of death, because I am their Father, just as I am your Father. I do pray that at this time God will keep you safe, protect you from this disease, and sustain you through the ordeal. He loves you limitlessly and unconditionally. He is the greatest rescuer the world could ever have. He loves you. God bless you.